Coach, we're talking before the game about how critical Game 5 is. You didn't want to talk about the story being written. What do you want to write about kind of Jamal Murray's game tonight?
Jamal doing what Jamal does, us helping him a little bit with the way they've been guarding him. I thought we got him loose better, thought we screened better, allowed him to play in a rhythm. This is a team game, and when guys get hot, it's them being hot and being a special player like he always has been, but it's the other guys setting great screens. I thought DeAndre, Nikola, Russ, whoever they put Zubac on, and obviously Zubac is a really good defender. We got him moving in space a little bit and got Jamal some good looks, on top of the fact some of the shots he made were just absolutely ridiculous. And said it before the game, I mean, it's coming with him. You know it is, in these big moments, these situations. He was born for this. So special night for Jamal, but more importantly, special night for us in the sense of the series. But long way to go.
David, was there one shot or one moment from Jamal early where you felt like he was due for a big night?
You can kind of tell the way the ball comes off his hand certain nights. I thought he had a great lift on his jump shot. Some of the early drags, he was pulling up into three-point shots. His left-handed finishes complementing the shooting. So maybe not one thing. I think it's just a culmination of watching him, showcase his offensive game. And when it's flowing like that, it's the guy that's won us so many playoff games in the past. And when he's complimentary with Nikola, it's great, but it sure is nice to have these nights where it's his show. And, we needed it tonight in a big game. It was fun to watch, man. I'm sure for the fans, it was incredible.
David, when you guys won the title, we heard things like play for each other or sacrifice. We heard it all year long. This year, I feel like maybe we haven't heard it as much.
Right.
Do you get the sense that this is a team coming together right now?
Yeah, I felt like that at the end of the year, too. I thought if we didn't come together, we'd be at home right now. We'd be in the play-in. So, already thought that. Not every season is supposed to be this pretty, Disney movie or something, man. Like, this is the NBA. We had ups and downs, we had injuries, we had guys in and out. Things got negative for a while when things aren't going your way. And especially when you lose games late in the season that you know are important. So for us to bounce back, find a way to get the 4 seed, like I've been saying, I feel like this story is really trying to be written in a negative way. So keep trying, I get it. It's part of the deal. And I don't know what's going to happen the rest of this series, but I've seen guys be very impactful mentally with each other. Tonight was another great example. They cut it to 10, they cut it to 8, 6. It seems like we always had a response. And it wasn't just Jamal's special night, it was different people making big plays. CB's 3 at the end of the quarter was enormous. It set the place off, and the momentum was going our way, but that really put us, at a place where it was like, all right, and we rotated those other guys in, and they were so impactful, guys off the bench. So a lot of people are the reason why we won this game. Jamal will be the star tonight, but that was a great playoff team win.
How nice was it, because that 3 goes in, you're able to sit Joker at the start of the 4th and kind of sit all your starts, so you have to press them as much and you kind of win going away, so they get that little bit of extra rest, I guess.
Yeah, no, you're right. And, it wasn't, when I sat him, I'll be honest, in your head you go, well, you can get him back in quickly if you need to. I had 4 timeouts, but DeAndre was very impactful defensively. And I thought we handled some of the variable lineups, I guess you could call it, that Ty goes to. He does such a great job of that. He's never scared to try something in a game. I said this before the series, I really look up to him as a coach, and he did a lot of that stuff tonight, and I thought we handled it just well enough to sit some guys and give them a little bit of rest to come back in and have, the right impact that they had there at the end. So, like I said, team wins, man. You need people to make plays, not just score points, defensive rebounds, block shots, rotations, communication, all the things that actually matter in fundamental basketball to win a playoff game.
David, do you feel like Christian has kind of grown into this series, and if so, sort of in what ways?
It's funny. I think CB's played great. I just think he hasn't made shots. But CB has, his effect as far as picking up and being aggressive with James. James is such a hard cover. You're asking a guy to pick him up full, don't foul him, but also don't give him too much space. He might step back and shoot a 3, but also don't let him go straight to the basket with his left hand and shoot a floater. There's a lot of asks going on for Christian with James Harden. And that was a team defensive game tonight with James, but CB's the guy at the point. Like, he's the guy that's matching up with him. So he's giving him great energy. I've always said this, CB's never scared of the moment. He may play great, he may play okay, but there is nothing about that guy that's scared of this moment. So yeah, I'm hoping, the offensive part of it, hopefully that's trending into Game 6.
Coach, there was a point in the first quarter, I don't know if you remember this play, where Jamal grabbed a rebound above the rim, fully above the rim.
Right.
And that was a point where it kind of looked like he had some real juice tonight. Did you realize that in a moment and just kind of see that kind of play out over the rest of the game?
Yeah, and I also thought I know exactly what you're talking about. And I also thought him in the passing lanes, he was exploding in all ways, getting up in the air vertically, pushing and to cut defensively, to cut things off. You're right, he had a lot of juice tonight. And quietly, so did Aaron. Quietly 23 points. When they jumped up the defenses, it seemed like he made big shots, made the right plays, got into a pick and roll, had a nice finish at the end, to kind of put the game back. I think it was 12 or 14. So, a bunch of guys tonight, man, played well. And the juice, the 2 days helps, but now that's over. So we got to refocus ourselves.
Coach, you said before the game that Jamal was coming, right? How much of just his improved play throughout this series is him getting healthier? I mean, he had that hamstring at the end of this season and kind of nursed that back into the start of this.
Yeah, I think you're right. The rhythm is rhythm, whether it's the playoffs or the regular season. You have to play. And it's not like we're practicing a lot because you can't really do anything. So it's in-game rhythm that he's finding. And also, the reason why I said that is because I've just seen this too many times where, Jamal's struggling, this and that. It's like, well, it's also the Clippers. They're doing a good job. And we figured a few things out. And he totally capitalized on them, not to mention the incredible individual plays he made tonight. And even the steal, the dunk at the end after he kind of tweaked his ankle, there was an explosion there. Like at the end of the game, he still had it. So yeah, really fun to watch.
Westbrook always plays with such passion that it almost feels personal. How did you benefit from that tonight, and in general, how do you benefit?
Yeah, Russ, the special thing about Russ is how stubborn he is. Like, that's how he plays. And when it rolls and he has it going, it can be so impactful energy-wise. Because it's not just the fact that he made shots tonight, it's the fact that he's out there rotating, being a free safety defensively. And honestly, if it was Russ tonight, or if it was Peyton, or if it was whoever, if it was Julian that I threw out there, we all know here that we need more people to step up to win a fourth game, bottom line. And we're going to need another game of someone stepping up, giving that six-man feeling of I can have a rotation out there, which really helps us obviously win playoff games. But we've been looking for that. And when you're at home sometimes, guys have nights. And let's not forget that they had their game 3, and everybody made shots, And in the playoffs, you hope that you have one night like tonight where it feels like everybody felt good, the ball was going in, the offense was clicking and flowing. But you can't expect that in Game 6. Tonight was what it was. We have to refocus, and we really need to watch the tape. They scored at will at certain parts of those games, and we've got to be better defensively throughout the 48.
Last one.
David, you talk about how it was a total team win, and just then tonight was what it was. But how proud are you still of the full team effort that this was never trailing and kind of in control the whole game?
Really proud of it, and cool to see the trend of losing a really tough Game 2, getting embarrassed in Game 3, absolutely bringing it in Game 4, and then really almost losing it in the fourth quarter. So there's all these ups and downs to it, and you can see, you were talking about it earlier, but the team is connected because they went back and saw the film, they saw where they get better, and that's what you have to do. You have to have extreme honesty in these playoff series because the next game is going to be its own thing, and all you can control is how you can get better, just a little bit better, competitively, schematically, and stay together, and give yourself the best opportunity to win a fourth game.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Well, just how rewarding is it having such a dominant performance from you guys in such a close series?
They had one win like this, so we had one win like this too. So we get the lead back. So we are going to LA to get another one. That's our mindset.
How big was Jamal's night from your
I
perspective?
mean, of course, always when he's that mode, like he's really dangerous and dominant. So he did a really good job tonight.
You were in this position last year. What did you learn from last year that you could take into this year?
I don't know. I'm just playing. I don't think about like maybe experience, but we were in this situation, probably that.
What did you see from Russell Westbrook today? Just a spark plug off the bench.
Yes, he was really good. He was good. His energy. He made a lot of shots. Of course, he was really impactful tonight.
Why is it so difficult to close out a team like it's going to be on Thursday in LA?
I mean, nobody wants to lose. Nobody, especially on the home court, and we know they're gonna put up the fight, and we are prepared and we are ready. So it's nobody wants to lose. So that's a kind of normal thing.
Clippers have said a lot about is it Jamal just when you're off the floor in this series. Did you see anything different from him tonight, just in terms of his process going into this, just his mentality?
Decisive. He like even if I'm open, I'm gonna shoot a shot, and I think that's the great mindset, because if you're open, you gotta shoot it. He was aggressive. He was attacking. So he was not defending himself.
People make a big deal about your numbers, but I imagine you like a night where you got 13, 12 assists, 10, when you'll win this big and everyone's involved, right?
Yeah, I mean it's great. It was not my night, and I don't have nothing like that. That's fine. Like I'm gonna try to do whatever I need to do to win a game, and I think everybody needs to accept that. Like if it's not your night, do whatever you need to do to win the game.
Nikola, you said something like during the 2023 playoffs, something along the lines of when Jamal's your guys' best player, you guys are nearly unbeatable. What do you think about that just now after a night like that to tonight?
I said that.
You said something along these lines. I'm sorry, it's been a long time.
I'm really smart. I'm joking. I mean, it's true. When he's our best player, we are really dangerous.
And you guys obviously had to play a bunch of minutes on Saturday, so how big was it for you just to be able to sit a few minutes at the third, start of the fourth, and then at the end of the game?
Not much.
Does it feel different, maybe taking the pressure off you guys, and now the pressure's back on them, and you guys can maybe play a little different, or?
No, we want pressure. We want to make it nasty. We want to make it rough. We want physicality. So the pressure is still on us.
What have you seen from Christian just this whole series regarding James? How he's taken on that matchup?
He's accepting the challenge. James is an amazing player, Hall of Famer. And some moments unstoppable player, especially offensively, and he has a great group of guys around him. CB is accepting the challenge. He knows that he's going to make some shots. He knows he's going to go by him, but being there every time means something.
Does this feel like this was the best game of the series from you guys?
Maybe yes, because we controlled the last four quarter. I think the game in LA, I think we were really good. We just didn't control the last quarter, and I think we controlled this one.
And how big, what was DA's message to y'all post game?
Since I don't remember, I had my nephews here, so I just wanted. He was. What did he say? Yes, it's nice. Enjoy it, and we need to know that in LA it's going to be really tough to play.
DJ got that huge block that led to the Jamal dunk. Just kind of what was that like to see from him, given that effort in that fourth quarter?
I think he had a really good minutes. He has impactful minutes. He was there. He was setting screens. He was doing what he's supposed to be, and he did it on professional way. So he was not mad or angry that he's playing like 8, 7, 8, 6 minutes, depends on the night, and he's doing it a professional. So that was a good veteran and good player like DJ. That was his character.
And MPJ said he got a shot before game 3 and 4, didn't want to tonight because of how sore he is. So how nice was it just to get what you got from Mike? I think it was plus 34, even though it's clearly not 100%.
I think he had a big stretch, big opening fourth quarter, and 1 and a 3, 6 points that kind of kept us in the lead, kept us like momentum. So I think that's what I remember from this game. But he's always gonna sacrifice himself, and that's a good thing.
Nikola Aaron had a big dunk. He came around the edge, the backside, and was wide open. It's from Jamal. Was that a pass from Jamal, or was it a missed shot?
That was a pass, yeah.
Thanks, man.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Russell, what was it like to be back out there, get on the floor for Game 5, and just continue to put your imprint on the game?
Just grateful, a lot of gratitude, a lot of just, you know, I don't take the game for granted by any means, and just excited and obviously grateful to be able to get back on the floor.
With how tough this Clippers defense has been this season, you guys were able to get in a great flow tonight. What do you kind of attribute how well the offense was tonight?
Just spacing, better pace. I thought we did a good job of setting the tone with our defense, setting the tone with our spacing, our space. They do a lot of different things defensively, change up the coverages, cross match, and a lot of different things. So I thought we did a good job of staying focused, running our stuff, and doing a good job of executing as well.
Russ, it felt like once you hit that first mid-range shot, you were in a pretty good rhythm offensively. Can you just speak about how important rhythm is, particularly for your game, and once you kind of see one go through and feel it, and how you can kind of get going from there?
Yeah, I mean, basketball's a rhythm game, and you know, for me, yes, scoring is a part, but just energy, effort. That's how I'm able to get my rhythm and be able to be active, be aggressive, and make sure that I focus on what I need to focus on and find ways to better help my team on both ends.
Russ, it seems like with Jamal, the harder it gets, the better he gets. What do you see when you're out there when he's having a game like this tonight?
Just Jamal being aggressive, man. When he's aggressive, we're a different team. And when he's playing with that swagger and going out and competing at the level that he did tonight, you know, we're a tough team to beat.
Russ, after all these years of playing on this stage and having playoff experience, how much pride do you still take in giving team energy aside from things that just pop up in the box score?
Yeah, it's important, man. You know, I think that's a huge part of the game that, you know, the average eye may not see or the box score may not shows. But I think it's important that it's contagious. And it's something that can will your team to victory. And I think it's something that I take pride in and being prepared to be able to bring that for my team every night.
And again, after all these years, how much fun is this still for you a night like this? And how much fun were you having at the Clippers bench?
Yeah, I have. You know what, man? I'm like I said, I have so much gratitude and so much respect for the game and so much respect for, you know, being able to go out and compete. I have my biggest, I always tell myself before every night to have fun. And my fun may look a little different than everybody else's. It may not be with a smile. It may not be running around, slapping hands, but when I'm intense and I'm competing at a high level, I'm having the best time. And that to me is the best part of the game. And even year 17, I still have so much fun going out competing. And I'm a competitor and one of the you know, best competitors in the world, and I live for moments and live to talking a little mess and competing along with it.
Russ, I know it takes a lot for you to miss any game, let alone a playoff game. What happened in the game where you hurt your foot, and then what did it take for you to get back to play tonight?
I don't even know what happened, actually, to be honest. It was random, but just treatment, locking in on what I need to lock in on, and simultaneously standing in the gym, making sure I'm keeping a rhythm, getting ready to come back in full go to playoffs. You don't have much time to ease your way into any game, and you know, I've been able to do that, be a professional. I'll be there for my team and be a voice, lead even, you know, when I'm not playing. But like I said before, I have so much gratitude. I'm grateful to be able to do that and be there for my team and get prepared for the next day.
Anybody else? All right, thank you.
Thank you. Mike, you guys had 6 players finish in double figures. How was this truly a team effort in terms of a win?
Yeah, a lot of guys played well tonight. Tonight it started with Jamal, you know, and then Russ off the bench. Played amazing as well, but everyone contributed. CB, AG, DJ went in there, did his thing. So, like you said, it was a total team effort tonight.
You mentioned Jamal. How did he once again rise to the moment?
Yeah, I think, you know, we won last game and he was disappointed in his individual performance. So, one thing about him is he's always going to come back and have a good game. So tonight we needed everything he had, and he hit so many big shots for us.
How would you describe what Christian Braun has been able to do on James Harden in this series?
Yeah, the last couple games, I think picking up the aggression on him has been key for us. We know how great of a player James Harden is, so just trying to throw different looks at him and pick him up full court, maybe tire him out a little bit, make him a little uncomfortable has helped us these last couple games, and it starts with Christian.
It was obvious no Russ last game put a little stress on how many minutes everybody had to play, so how nice was it to have him back and having such a big first half?
Oh, yeah, definitely. No, we're looking forward to having Russ back tonight and all the big shots he made. Helped us out a ton off the bench, and we needed everybody tonight, and off the bench started with him.
Michael, with the series tied 2-2, this is always such a big swing game. Just how proud are you of the full team effort that you guys got today?
Yeah, tonight was a great win, at home court, but we know how important this next game is. I think last year when we lost, we were up 3-2 with a chance to close it out in Minnesota, and we got blown out. So we know how important it is to go to LA and have our focus at an all-time high to try to close out the series.
You finished with 14 points today. Are you just getting used to playing with the pain and what you're dealing with right now?
It's getting incrementally better, so that's good. Today I didn't have to take a shot, but it was in a little bit more pain than probably last game because I didn't take the shot. But I'm just going out there trying to space the floor. I know they're not really leaving me, so just trying to space the floor and help my teammate in any way I can.
At what point of the game did you know that Jamal was just feeling it?
Early on. I think early on with some of those early on threes in the first quarter, I could tell. Then in transition when he got, by Batum, the pump fake, the layup, I knew he had a lot of energy tonight.
Can anyone guard him when he's on like that?
Nah, he's a tough cover when he comes into the game. He gets going early and he has that rhythm. He can make the three, he can shoot the midi, he can get to the rim, so it's tough to stop.
Michael, why is a closeout game so hard of a series to do and not put too much pressure on yourself to close out a series?
I think closing out the series is the hardest thing to do in the NBA. Teams are playing with desperation. Their season's on the line. Coaches are going to try anything they can. And so we know how important it is, especially when you're in your opponent's home court. So we got to go to LA focused.
Yeah, how big will it be knowing that OKC's just been chilling since Saturday to get that win? Maybe that'll come with some rest, but, to not have to worry about this rest of the Game 7.
We can't even worry about that yet. OKC's their own opponent, and we got to get past these guys. We respect them too much to even think about OKC yet.
You mentioned the team aspect of it. It seemed like you guys got a ton of open shots tonight. How much was that just sharing the ball and not one guy just carrying the load?
Yeah, sharing the ball, getting out of transition, guys being aggressive, looking for their shot. It was a total team effort, but I did feel like we offensively have had our best game of the series by far.
Did you have to get shots before Game 3 and Game 4 in your shoulder?
Game 3, yeah, the shot before Game 3 and the shot before Game 4. But that needle going into that joint is the next day. There's a lot of soreness, so I tried to play without the shot today.
What was AD's message to you in the locker room after the game?
DA,
sorry.
Just enjoy this win, but there's things we can improve on, and we know that, like I just said, closing out a series is the hardest thing in basketball. So enjoy it, but let's fix the things we can tomorrow and try to improve upon the night.
Thanks, Michael.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah.
Jamal, what impressed you most about how your team responded and played tonight?
We just played hard and played with physicality and played fast and played with a lot of confidence. A lot of conversations going on between each other, clearing up what we want to do and what we're trying to look for. So, everything really it was a really good team win. Everybody did a good job today.
Jamal, how much do you appreciate the nuances and the changes throughout the game and throughout the series in terms of all of the adjustments that the Clippers are making and throwing at you and throwing out different coverages and having to combat that throughout it?
It was fun. We're doing the same thing. It's fun just be game planning and playing X's and O's, and sometimes saying forget the X's and O's. Just really what it's about, just coming down playing hard and everybody trying to be on the same page with whatever we're trying to accomplish. So tonight was just another example of that, and I think we did a really good job of just covering for each other, throughout the game, even when they went on runs or whatever. We just stuck together and we were able to figure it out, amongst ourselves.
Jamal, your first bucket was that driving dunk. What does that do for you from like an energy or an emotional standpoint that early in the game?
Those 2 points on the board.
Jamal, can you explain what it's like to play with the level of confidence and be in the rhythm that you were in tonight?
Just glad we got to win, man, to be honest with you. Shots are going to miss, they're going to make. I'm still going to play my game, still going to be aggressive. I'm still going to shoot the shots that I shoot, but like I said, it was a big team win. Guys are setting good screens, guys are running the floor, guys are being unselfish with passing the ball, and vice versa. So I thought everybody was in a really good rhythm tonight, and that was a big reason why we got the win. Everybody's played with confidence. So yeah, like I said, it was a really good team win.
Jamal, have you felt like the Clippers have respected you and your team in this series? And if so, or if not, like how has that changed over the course of this series?
I don't know. I mean, maybe. I don't talk to them like that. We're just out there competing, and 2 great teams battling it out. It's funny because I get some good defenders on me year after year, and I get to create good relationships with those guys. You know what I'm saying? Getting to play against them, and we're just joking around, going back and forth, taunting, whatever it is. It's all part of the competition, part of the game. So it's just another challenge. I respect everybody over there, and it's just fun to go compete.
Jamal, you had a really good second half of the season here, and then that hamstring injury kind of towards the end of the year. Are you all the way back from that? Is that just health wise, are you feeling as good as you can right now? And that's why you have games like the last couple of games.
Yeah, I feel good.
What? How did that hamstring injury affect you, and where did you start?
That was like
training?
4 weeks ago. I'm 10 games in now. I'm feeling pretty good.
Jamal, what's the battle been like? The kind of back and forth over the course of the series been like with a defender like Chris Dunn, and some of the counters that you try to put on him, and vice versa, and just kind of how does that manifest itself over the course of the series?
There's so many possessions. Just gotta pick my spots. You can't force it. There's times where you just gotta roll with the punches. There's times where you gotta shake it up a little bit and make them react to you. I don't know. That's a good question. There's so many possessions though. I just gotta keep them off balance. Probably the best way I can put it. Keep them off balance. Not give them one look. Give them something to think about. So it's fun getting to compete. Chris Dunn was in the same draft class as me, and we've been competing ever since. Like, it's always fun going against him, and it's always a battle to go against him, to be honest too. So I just have fun with those matchups, and then they challenge me and I challenge them. So that's what the playoffs are for.
Jamal, before the game, there was some video of you with a little girl. I believe it was your daughter. Was she your inspiration tonight?
I mean, sure. I mean, I have my mom here, I have my dad here, yeah, it's just cool. I didn't even finish my pregame routine just because I had her out there, and sometimes that just relaxes me. I don't have to, think about the game. I literally didn't think about the game coming into the game. So it's cool just to have her and kind of have, my priorities in front of me. And when I go play, I'm just playing free, and that's how I played tonight. So yeah, I give my daughter credit.
Okay.
Jamal, you keep mentioning fun. I'm curious, is there a point during games like this where you can really feel how fun it is, and what does that feel like other than just being fun? What's the depth of that joy?
Figuring out the challenge, and it's not a solo sport where it's just all on you to figure it out. There's a bunch of guys out there that are trying to do the same thing and have a common goal, and you got to be able to bring them together, or they're bringing you up, and then the challenges arise, and then the series goes back and forth, and there's emotions, and it's everything. It's excitement, it's readiness, like I said, but nervousness. Everything comes into play, and then that's what makes it fun. That's what makes this the most watched time in basketball of the year, and the most fun as a player to play. So obviously, when I can go in there, and for me personally, when I just have fun, and I don't think about it. We get games like this, not just from me, but from everybody. Like I said, everybody was loose and came in with the right mindset, and it makes these wins much more better and much more enjoyable.
You got Russ back today. Just how much of a boost was that? Just another ball handler out there, somebody who could take some pressure off you at times.
Yeah, I mean, he's coming in, hitting threes, being aggressive, playing defense. He's just so many different things on the court. And we're gonna need more of that. We need more of that. I like when he's being aggressive, and I'm not the only one yelling at the crowd. It's nice to have somebody else yelling at the crowd as well. So.
Sometimes the conversation around Christian, I think, gets reduced to making or missing shots. How would you evaluate his overall impact in this series?
I mean, we go down the line, and everybody has had a real input on the series, in my opinion. And if you go watch Christian Brown's rookie highlights, they're not the same as this year. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I see the confidence and the growth and the joy and the what I just say, the confidence shooting mid ranges and going between the legs and step back. This is what you want to see from a young guy and improving and something that you believe in. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to see that those steps being taken year after year and even game after game. Just he's been great to have a second year guard in a Hall of Famer or a third year, my bad. To guard a Hall of Famer like down night in and night out that builds a lot of character, builds a lot of experience, and he's just absorbing it really well.
Two things. First, you mentioned the draft class with Dunn. I think he went a couple spots ahead of you. When you're going against someone who is kind of in that situation and gets chosen over you, even if it's years later, do you use that as a little bit of motivation in the matchup at all?
100%. 100%.
Is this something that you thought about coming into the series? Is it something in game? Like, how does that kind of work mentally for you?
It's more before, we're just competing, we're just trying to get a win right now. It's best out of three. It's not about making it personal. No, it's just, it goes for anybody, not just him. But, it's just a competitive spirit. It's like I said, I like the challenge, and I like to give a challenge too.
And then one more from Jake.
Last couple games, Mike has managed to be pretty impactful with that shoulder injury. Just what have you kind of seen from him in the toughness department, I guess?
I mean, to be honest, it's less about being on the court and making and missing shots. He's engaged and he's everybody's on the same page, and that's huge. Everybody being on the same page and knowing what to expect from each other. And then that goes down the line into making shots, to making the right plays. And I just think he's just been super on board with everything, and it has been a key to us winning these games, the last couple of games. So, we just need more of it. Hope that shoulder gets better and he starts to feel more like himself out there. And yeah.
Last one, go ahead, Jake.
Jamal, what's it like to have some of these playoff moments in Ball Arena in front of the fans, and to have that connection, that moment, and that feedback back with the Nuggets fans?
It's amazing. It's just a lot of fun, like I said, to kind of involve the crowd like that, and because they get us going. They think they're just coming to watch a game, but when they're riled up and they're yelling and we're staying positive or whatever and cheering every play, every loose ball, like that means a lot to us, and that just makes everybody play so much harder. And tonight was just another one of those nights. They just kept giving us life throughout the whole game, no matter what happened, no matter what run they went on. It was always rocking, and that's all you can ask for from the city. And just being here for so many years, it's a lot of fun to kind of have that interaction over and over and over. Sometimes with the same fan. I noticed like, damn, I saw you last time. So it's just kind of cool to even kind of build those relationships later on and stuff like that. So.
Thanks,
Thank you.
I almost.
Aaron, how did you see different guys on this team step up in different moments tonight to collectively get this win?
Yeah, that was big. That's a big team win for us. I think everybody contributed in their own ways, whether it was scoring, or defensively, communicating, and keeping a positive attitude. That was a really big win. and a big team effort.
How would you describe Jamal Murray's performance?
Huge, man, huge. Could have scored more probably, and he knows it. But he played really well. When he plays like that, we're a terror.
How can you use what happened in Minnesota last year to prepare yourselves for going into LA here in Game 6?
Yeah, we don't want to wait. You know, we don't want to miss an opportunity. We don't want to miss a moment, thinking that we can get it back. And yeah, it's not something that we're looking to do. So we're going to come in Game 6 focused.
After not having last game, what kind of boost was having Russ and the depth and allowing, I guess, everyone else to, play a little less, I suppose?
Russ played great. He was everything that we needed him to be. And when he plays like that, we're really dangerous. He was incredible.
When you hear and see teams talking at him, can you feel his energy go even higher?
Yeah. Russ is a master shit talker.
Why?
Because he can rile somebody up and get them out of their game, but he's already on 10, so it doesn't matter really what you say to him because his energy is always going to be there.
How much fun is it in a game like this where you guys are kind of in control the whole game? You never give up the lead, and it's such a big, pivotal swing game, too.
Well, we know it's not going to be. Let me say this. I think the score was deceptive. These are battles. It's a really, really good team, and it was a hard-fought team win.
Well, DA talked about momentum heading, in your direction, but then CB's 3 at the end of the third, and his defense on Harden obviously being a big key. So what did you get from him?
Yeah, he's doing a great job. So my young guys, man, they're too young not to guard 94 feet. So I think with CB, I think his defense is playing his way into the game. You know what I mean? If he thinks defense first, and his offense comes soon.
Aaron, how difficult is it to close out a team in a series?
Incredibly difficult, especially with 2 Hall of Fame players, guys that have been doing it before, veterans, savvy vets, and a really savvy coach. So it's a difficult task, but we like challenges.
You had a big dunk where you're kind of unguarded, you came flying around, threw it down. Was that a pass from Jamal or was it a missed shot?
No. He wasn't missing like that tonight. It's a pass.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Thanks.
All right, Hazy, baby.
Appreciate you.
Okay.